I can confidently say like every single person I've ever dated except for maybe one has come like
back around.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. I do not want another in my tomb with me.
I'm in this dark headspace. I'm writing and I'm crying and I'm there and it's good and I'm killing it. And then like Amari walks in the room and he's like, should we get Jersey Mike's for lunch? And I'm like, I love you and life's good. I want Jersey Mike's. And
Hello.
hello.
To Not Loveline.
Welcome to Not Loveline.
I have makeup on today, so I feel so much better. Last time we did this, I had my makeup artist had canceled, so.
But I swear to God, you were giving clean girl realness. Okay?
No, I'm scared. Those episodes haven't come out as time of filming this, and I'm scared to look at it because these lights wash us.
You're the hottest person ever, but they know I feel this way, and you know I feel you're so hot.
You look. No, I'm not even kidding. This is your best era ever. Like the hair, it looks like this all like she has the shadow root, the natural blonde, the layers.
I'm feeling like I'm looking more how I feel. You know, I'm adjusting
Classy.
to it. I'm adjusting to it for sure, but I do love the low light. I want to show my girl yours though and just fully copy you. Like I want more of the low light in there.
It's good because like I only go twice a year to a salon, so it is kind of nice.
And that's what we need. I'm realizing that the addiction to bleach on my head is this, like I'm equating it to that of a drug addiction.
Yeah.
It is like a serious addiction problem. Like even this is the slightest change. And I was looking in the mirror feeling like Lord Farquaad, like feeling like I changed everything. And it's like, it's the slightest change.
Wait, you don't live? I was like, this is giving Kardashian. This is giving Khloe. It's so good.
Wait,
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, you look amazing.
I do. It's an adjustment and it's crazy because I almost went way darker and I think I would have actually had to be checked in somewhere if I went.
No, you get used to it. It is a shock, but you get used to it.
And like everyone likes it more. So I think it's like I'm realizing I'm the problem.
Yeah.
And it's like I was looking at the back of my head with the root and it's like that doesn't look good. Like that is black and yellow. Like this is correct, you know. So
no, you do have to have other people say it because I would always think people trying to sabotage me by saying like go darker, go darker.
What mental illness is that? Like Tana, these people love you and they're just trying to help you. Like, what mental illness is that?
Yeah, they like what? They just think everyone wants you to look ugly.
Literally, I'm not kidding. I like posted a YouTube video and I was like, everyone just wants me to be brunette. They want me to look ugly. And the comments were like, she needs to stop. Like
brunette is such a slay. I would go brunette, but I have gray, so I think the blonde kind of still like covers them.
I want grays. Hot take.
Like all gray though?
But just because it seems like it's easier to get gray where I want my hair color to be.
Right, where the blonde is. My mom, she does that. She has the gray blend in with her blonde, so she doesn't have to bleach it as much. So.
Yeah, like that's everything.
Yeah.
And I feel like a gray could turn into blonde easier than like black. My hair doesn't lift easy.
Oh, I see. Well, it's very porous, a gray hair. I don't think gray can do... Oh, you can color it, but I don't think you can bleach a gray.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Yeah, it'd probably fall out of my head. I'm going to be bald forever. That is really the biggest takeaway, but...
I love a brunette vibe. I just don't know. Like when you've been blonde for so long, it's so hard to be like, okay, I'm going brunette now.
I know. It's like, I appreciate the contrast. I think when I like have my tan and I try on a lot of wigs that are like caramely and brown and whatever, I'm like, this is all the same color. Like I'm giving peanut butter baby.
Ooh, I like the peanut butter baby though. Like I love peanut butter, so I think that would look so good on you, like an all peanut butter. You had peanut butter wig when you came on Just Trish the first time, and I loved it. It was so cute.
That was so bold of me. It's like be blonde with Trisha.
No, I loved it.
I do look back at that fondly. And like Malibu was so little.
Oh my God, like literally like 7 months now.
She was so
almost
little.
3.
I know. She's about to like run the world.
Yeah. Running the world?
She's running. She's like literally about to be the president. Like I'm not, she's so grown.
Malibu Barbie one day.
I know. Seriously.
Good. Okay, we're fresh, you guys. This is our fresh episode back. You've been living life.
Just living life, honestly. It's nice to be in LA, just kind of working and grinding
for
before.
now, and then you're going international on your tour.
I know. We're touring women, okay?
Why is everyone on a tour now? Like last year, I feel like no one was on tour when you guys were, and now this year, everyone's like, everyone is going on tour.
Because I think people find out the money, and then they're like, oh, what can I do on a stage?
Well, Jeff was on my podcast, and he was saying he breaks even.
Well, Jeff has always been the type of person who really invests into what he does. Like even his brand deals, he'll like make a whole production. And I'm like, how much did you take away once the 8 camera guys left for your DraftKings ad? And like, good for you. Like even just Jeff FM, like everything is, he's a very high production person, which he taught me a lot about. He made me like want to care more about the production of my things. Cause I like will film on a toaster and you know, like,
but that's your brand too. It's like, just, you know,
just sending it out there to the world.
I love it. Just like you guys on a black, I missed the black couch. Like I loved you guys were just sitting on this black couch.
One on the black couch again, and I felt more like myself. Yeah, I really did. It's like
I like that. But he brings a lot of people. He brings like set pieces. Like he invest in it, and he said he just does it for fun because he loves it. And I like my other tours, I always broke even too, and this one too, I bring like 10 people. I probably bring more people than I should.
Same. I like, even just with this international tour, I was like, but we need all the people to make the things. People, I mean, I guess singers and stuff, like the acoustic guys can just go out on their own, or
comedians.
Whatever.
We talked about this. They have it made. You just stand up, you just go out there like in your clothes, one set, that's
Actually, yeah. What the am I doing?
That's why I thought when you said you were getting into stand-up comedy, like, I don't know, a couple months ago, I thought you were going to go on a tour. I was like, that's actually so smart because you just stand out there with a microphone.
I want to, and I will, but I don't want to miss the ball. I don't want to be like, I'm doing stand-up and then go out there and not make it great. Like, I want to meet with all the writers and like do all the right things.
Yeah, make it good.
You know, just before I don't want to fuck that up.
No, my original touring people, they're like, oh, you should just go out there and like podcast. But I'm like, I want to sing. No one asked for that.
You haven't made singing though. I swear, it's like no matter what mood you're in, you can just be in the mood of Trisha who made "I Love You Jesus" or Trisha who sang "Shallow," and I think there's something so like special and
I love music.
Great about that. You know,
I love my music. I think
we've got to get in the studio. I swear to God,
we'll get there. I know, really will. It's so fun.
I was going through my camera roll and I found a video of me after the last time we shot Not Loveline, and we had that girl who called in. Do you remember about the catheter? And her man was so mad, and she was a nurse. And I got like angry. Like, I'm so ready to tell people to dump their significant others.
Let's do it. We're changing the name to Dump 'Em.
We have to. And it's like, as we start to shoot more and more, I'll get like a little nicer and like think about my old eras where I'd stay with the man, you know? And it's like, no, like I'm coming in hot today.
Okay, you are. Okay.
I think so.
I'm going to try and come in I'll come in the opposite way. I'm going to try and come in with trying to find a solution to stay together. Obviously, if someone's telling someone what to do or making someone uncomfortable, that's an easy dump him.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try, because my solution always was to dump him. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try and come in with
I like when we have opposing takes as well, because I think that provides more, even though we always just end up having the same exact opinion on everything.
No, but we're in a good mood. We're in a loving mood. Makoa's here with you right now, right in LA. Yeah. So it's a good vibe.
They're having like the cutest Sunday at my house. They're like all swimming and tanning and I was like, I am a working woman.
You really are.
And we are.
But it's like a Sunday and it's noon, and we go from like noon to 8 to film this because we're both touring people. Like, this is like literally only 3 days. Like, I was looking because I know you said you could make any day work, but I'm like, literally physically, we're only here like 3 days together.
I know. And we're stacking so many, but it's so great. I respect a lot, because I think we were just talking about this off camera, but we both decided to do Not Loveline at a time where we were both less busy.
Yeah.
And then now we're still making it work because we love to do it and we love you guys.
I love it.
I just love you, and I'm happy for us.
I have leopard bedazzled cups coming. I have a leopard ottoman coming. We're going full leopard. Our leopard merch is coming within like
Trisha,
a month.
I swear to God, in 3 months' time, she's going to be like, I have an actual leopard coming to film with you guys on the mic. It's going to roar. It's going to...
I got leopard extensions coming because I want to try and put them in our hair like clip-ins.
Or little clips? Wait, that's cute.
I really go like all in sometimes. I'm like, I need everything leopard. I got the leopard dolce back there I can bring now. I was so excited.
Amari had a field day the other day. I can't even do the impression, but mocking me, because he comes into my room and he's redecorating his room, and he was like, I need a rug. Like, what should I get? And I was like, well, you should get a leopard rug. And then he just starts mocking me. He's like, look at the 8 leopard bags I got on Depop this week. Like, the kitchen table is leopard. And
did you get a kitchen table that's leopard?
No, but like I'm trying to buy everything. When I love something, I'm the same way as you. I want everything to be that way.
I think I never knew anyone that loved leopard like that. It's truly, because like Moses doesn't like leopard, so this is my like leopard fantasy. No, it's like cheesecake too. When you eat cheesecake, I think, was it Chili's or something, you had a cheesecake. And then I saw you and Mako do the dessert trend. We did it today too. And you had your mouth open on cheesecake, and I was like, he doesn't like cheesecake either. So whenever I find something else cheesecake, I literally thought today, I'm like, we should order every cheesecake from Cheesecake.
We should. The tiramisu one. The last time I got it on tour, there was the biggest hair in it, and it like actually
it turned you off.
No, but I'll still get it and I'll still eat it.
That happens to me whenever there's hair in it. I was like, ooh, that's like
It was like a brutal long black hair, but like I'm still craving it, so there's something wrong with me mentally. But
I love it. When I saw the cheesecake, I was like, because like no one I know loves cheesecake either.
Carrot cake is my favorite dessert of all time, though.
Did you have an open mouth on that one? I didn't see.
Like as open as it, because it's at the end.
Mine too.
I love
They have a carrot cake cheesecake at Cheesecake Factory. Yeah, you never had it.
I love carrot cake.
Me and my dad are the only people I know that like carrot cake. Everyone's like, that's so disgusting.
No,
it's
so good.
Like
and I want to stand up for the carrot cake community. Like I want them to know that like I'm here for them and that they're seen. You know,
I love a carrot. You love carrot cakes over there? Wait,
yes,
what?
It's so good. Wait, this is rare though.
Yeah, like, let's get a giant carrot cake.
Yes, I want my wedding cake to be carrot cake, but then Makoa wants Oreo ice cream cake from Baskin Robbins.
Ooh,
so we
have
to have
good.
two. We're just, oh my God, we love food.
Already talking about a wedding?
We do talk
Not
about
already. It's been 2 years, I guess.
we a year and 3 months.
It's exactly.
We talk about wedding plans a lot, like just things we like want, but not yet.
No. I know. I even told Moses, I'm like, I don't think they're getting married in Hawaii. I was so excited to go. I was excited to go to Maui. I was like, we're going to Maui, and then I'm like, he doesn't want it. I don't know why.
No, but we're gonna convince him. I think. Okay. I think because I really want that.
I want that too. I'm so excited.
I also want multiple weddings. I want a shotgun Vegas, and that's like what I want. I know he doesn't want that.
So cute.
So it's that's like the next one. I obviously have to value what he wants as well. So
you do 2 or more than 2?
It's more than 2 crazy.
More than just crazy. We tried to do 3, and I was like, oh, that's a lot. We did 2.
Why is 3 kind of?
Yeah. 3 is where it's at, and then get different rings for each one. Like, it's really fun.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah, we got to keep shooting this show.
And you're going to be on tour for the next 10 years.
No, literally.
Would you wear like a short skirt in Vegas?
But yeah, probably, right? Like
sexy.
I loved Kourtney Kardashian's short.
I loved it.
And with wasn't her veil like had a person on it? So I'm like,
I think, like the Mother Mary or something. I don't know. Jesus, I don't know. Somebody was on it.
Dolce. I love that. Because I love a little,
You should have Dolce do your wedding too.
Okay, I'll call them. I don't know if they'll pick up, but
they do leopard. They could do a leopard veil.
Imagine a leopard wedding dress.
That would be actually everything. They might. You never know. They did the Kardashians.
Wait, that'd be even just not Dolce, like just a leopard in Vegas, like a leopard veil. I don't know if anyone would approve of that other than me.
That'd be so cute. No, I would live for a leopard wedding dress. Yeah,
I'm living for your tinsel. I'm going to copy you.
I didn't know everyone was doing tinsel. It's so funny. You're like, did you see Nora? And I was like, the only reason I knew that is because Oscar had told me something about tinsel. And I was like, oh, I used to wear tinsel back in my hair in 2018. He thinks the movie's based on my life. And I was like, maybe because like I did the Stripper Diaries. I had this book and it was like the same similarities and then the tinsel in the hair. And I was like, oh, that was me.
That just shows you that you are the moment and your finger is on the pulse regardless of if you want to be aware of that or not.
I think I'm just like delusional. Or I probably see it somewhere and then don't know and think it's like an original idea. And then you're like, oh yeah, everyone has, what did you say? Oh, Paige had it.
Paige got it
has it.
She saw Nora, but now you're making me want it because I haven't seen it on a blonde yet, and the gold is pretty.
Yeah, it's giving a little highlights. Yeah, we did like a subtle because it doesn't curl, so it's kind of like there. But
no, but I love it.
I feel a little old.
I really do. Did Malibu get it too?
No, but I would love to put it in her hair because she lives for that stuff. Yeah, no, it would look really pretty. There's tinsel in there if you want tinsel party.
So who called us? Call us at this number.
You look so good. Wait, I can't get over. Sorry.
No, I love you.
You look so pretty. Much. You look like you're on like a vacation. You look so good.
I always wear this in Hawaii, actually. I've never brought this outfit to the mainland.
You're giving Hawaii. You're giving White Lotus. I love it so much.
You've been keeping up with the White Lotus?
Yeah, have you?
Yeah, it's so good.
So good. Tonight's a new episode. I think I'm going to stay up for it. Yeah.
Oh my God. Let's do it because then we can talk about it when we film on Tuesday.
Yeah, because I have to stay up to date. The last one was crazy. The monologue about him wanting to be the Asian girls that he was like obsessed with.
Amazing.
And all the turns, because I knew about it before we watched the spoiler, and I was like, okay. Then when we were watching it, all the turns, but you know how real that is? That's so real that there's so many people like that. It's so real.
And I feel like you never see that conversation happening on television.
But also,
do you think they were lovers?
In real life or on the show?
On the show.
Oh, I don't know. He looked a little shocked. He looked a little shook.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I mean, I would love that, but he looked shook. But I love how casual the other guy was about it.
I agree, and I think normalize that. I feel like especially in that archetype of man, at least in Hollywood or around, like I see and hear about that a lot. Like the men who are sex addicted often have underlying issues that are, of that vein.
Yeah, it's very, very, very normal. Actually, I know a lot of people that are like that, and a lot of guys who like to be, they think they want to be with the girl, but then they want to be the girl getting.
And that's why they're funneling them in and out so fast. Ladies, your man may be gay. And that's okay.
And that guy he just went sober. Or no, what is it called when sex? Not sober. When you get rid of sex.
Celibate.
Yeah, he just went celibate. I was like, well, that's, I guess, extreme. I know, it's kind of sad for him. He seemed like he was kind of into it and found his little kink. And then he was kind of like, I just gave it up.
Celibacy sounds really hard.
Have you done it? You've done it? No, never. Not even when you were single.
Never once.
Really?
Have I been even remotely celibate.
Really? You always are like, always sex.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, now I've like dialed it back though. Like I do just feel more like normal in my sexual manners, I guess.
Isn't that weird how you get in a relationship? I feel the same way. And you're just kind of like, I guess because you can have it anytime. So then you're just like less chasing it.
Yes. And it just becomes more normal and you're not doing it for wrong or weird reasons. You're not seeking validation with it. Like you just, you know it's there. And like
that's what I love. I think I was always like, okay, tonight, who am I going to see? Who am I going to hook up with? So I was like constantly wasting time just thinking about that. And now it's like, oh, I don't have to like think about that anymore.
So true.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we can unpack that on the Patreon too.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot there.
Patreon.com/NotLoveline for all your sexual questions and desires. It's popping over there, you guys.
I have been berating Makoa. I'll save this for the Patreon actually, but someone called in and said that they had never done something with their boyfriend, and then it made me realize that I need to do it. And I have been like I think his answer is no, and I should stop.
Oh, I have an update on that for mine, but it's not. The answer was not no.
Oh,
Moses
Makoa's gonna get it.
We'll share it on the Patreon. We'll share that, and I have a White Lotus story similar to that one, so we will.
Wow.
Delve into that.
Cook. I'm excited.
I've looked into a man's eyes while it happened. I've related. I was like, you know what? I was one of those girls that you get hired just to watch. I mean, guys love that. And they do look you in the eyes and you never really realize why. And you're just kind of like, I don't know what to do. But now I'm like, wait, maybe he was seeing.
You're going to leave me on this cliffhanger.
I know.
I'm on the edge of my seat, like literally. I'm not kidding.
Well, that's why I was wondering. I think that's why White Lotus is so relatable, is because like you kind of know everybody like that. And it's like, it's so real. Like those conversations are so real. And what happened? And then you like think it's so up, and then you're like, no, but like I've been there, or you know someone that's like that. You know what I mean?
The writing is so talented in that sense that it is good. Like so niche but so relatable, and it truly, the whole show feels like you're spying on people in the best way. Like it's so great.
Oh my god, the mom, the Parker Posey character, where she's like, when are you gonna move to Taiwan? Like I know so many people who are like that here in the United States. They're like, Buddhist, but you're not from China, like that kind of stuff. There's so many people that are like that.
That's like everyone's mom. I feel like she is like that character is, and it's so enraging as the, like you feel for the girl.
Yeah, but in a way, you also like don't hate him. Like I don't hate her character. I also don't hate the Patrick Schwarzenegger character. Like I kind of like him. Like he's so like whatever, but like he's funny and like I don't know.
And charming. He's just got his issues as well. Like so many guys like that. Look
at the dad that's always like ignoring him and like pulling out his blender and stuff. So I'm like, anyways, it's a good job. We're gonna just talk about White Lotus for a whole podcast.
Could. It's so great. You need to watch Severance.
Moses loves that show. I haven't seen it.
I like made a bunch of TikToks about it when I was walking in. Moses was like, now that Severance is over, what do we do? And I was like, yes, king. Like you get it. Like I like started a fight with Makoa over Severance.
Does he not watch it?
No, he watches it, but there's a scenario in the finale that had me thinking, and I'm crazy. So
what was it? I heard you say it on TikTok, but I did not get it. You're like, what if I'm the Holly or something?
Spoiler alert. Okay. Devin. Oh my God. Cover your ears. In the finale, how the fuck have you not watched it yet? In the finale, there's a scenario. So, I mean, you understand how they sever, right? Like, no. So essentially the whole show's concept is that these people sign up for something in their brain where when they go and clock into work, they become a completely different person. They're still in their body and they're still theoretically themselves, like physically in some of the ways that they think. But when they clock out of work, they don't remember it at all. And when they go back into work, they know nothing about their outside life. They are two different people. They're severing to be two different people. And this obviously causes some complications, Yes. And one of them being that they form relationships. They fall in love with other people. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like the guy ends up falling in love with the girl while they're in there, but then he's leaving and he has this whole situation with his wife that he thinks died, but she doesn't die. And she's kidnapped in the Severance world. And it gets to this point in the finale where he kind of has to, his any version of himself has to choose between the wife that he like thought was dead, I guess. It's so hard to explain all of it to you, but he chooses the one that he's in love with inside because he's like, I don't know this the outside essentially, and it's so heartbreaking.
Well, yeah, I guess if you don't know the person.
Yeah, but it's oh my God, your heart breaks for the version of him on the outside that it's mourn the death of this person that isn't even dead. It's Trisha, I've never been so invested and obsessed with the show. It is insane. Hi.
Oh.
Hi, gorgeous mama.
Oh, you got that.
Hi. I love you.
She does the merchant. Beautiful. I know. Just look at her hair, her outfit, everything looks so
we're
good.
Matching today, right? We got a little red.
My mom does the merch out of our garage. I have all the hoodies and
it's just so, I love seeing her kill it for you.
She's everyday, Poshmark, Shopify.
And now you've got Not Loveline. You're probably sick of us.
Yeah, the merch. She does love it. She's like, more merch. Yeah.
You look beautiful. I love you so much.
You could be a guest. We're talking about guests. You can come be a guest on Not Loveline.
Please.
So.
You know she's got the advice.
She has the advice. She's
for days.
Been in the relationships. She's over relationships.
Wait, can she be our first guest?
Yeah, come be our first guest. We'll have her thing, yeah.
Oh my God. She's like, all right, girls. Have fun.
Gotta go. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, okay.
I'm begging you to watch Severance.
I wish I would have known because Moses loves it and I didn't know this was like a thing. And I was like, I'm not watching it. But had I known you loved it, I would have been like, okay, let's watch it. I didn't know. It sounds like a boy thing, like Severance.
No, it does, but it's not. It's such an interesting concept because it really does make you think, especially in the beginning, like, would I do this? You know, not for the work that we love and enjoy, but let's say work that we didn't enjoy, or we had a job that we didn't enjoy, or we were going through something traumatic in our real life. And you know what I mean? Like, would I want to just go?
But I know Oscar and Moses were explaining this plot to me, and I was like, I do that though. Like when you do the podcast, like when I do this, when I do Just Trish, like we talk about like gossipy topics, I never think about, I don't know who to talk about, Matt and Abby ever past that. Like I go into work, I like think about the gossip and then I never think about them again. So I'm
You're
like,
right.
Everyone do that?
We're disassociative queens for sure.
For sure, me.
But it's a higher level of that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's really a completely different person. Like again, spoiler for the Severance listeners, but at one point one of the main characters, this is in the beginning. You're fine. One of the main characters is this girl, Helly, and she comes to find out that who she is on the outside is kind of this really evil. She's behind all of the severing and she's an evil woman and whatever. And so she tries to end her own life while she's in there because she's like, I don't want you to live on the outside because and if you're going to punish me, because all the severed people know is this office, right? Like they just wake up every day in the office and they work for like 9 hours. They have no idea what they're doing. And then they wake up again there. And like, let's say their outside person is drinking all night. They just show up hungover. They don't know why. You know what I mean? Like, let's say like it's, you know what I mean? So it's like,
but it's a good thing, right? I feel like that would be a good thing. Like I would love to shut off completely, like off my, like when I'm not on my phone, I like love it. And I'm like, God, I wish I could just like shut off completely. So you're just like with your kids. And then when you have to like go into work, you could be on your phone or whatever.
And you think that so heavily in the beginning. And then you start seeing the innies as people, like they don't know anything about their outside lives, so they'll sit them down and be like, you have 2 kids. And they're like, what? Like, no, I don't. Like I don't have 2 kids. I just live in this office every day. I wake up here every single day. And then it's sad for them. And it's,
who's the star? Are there any celebrities in it?
Who plays Marcus? Adam Scott. It made me love him. So much.
Okay.
It's one of the most phenomenal shows I've ever seen in my entire life.
What's it on?
Apple. It's an Apple TV show, which I didn't even know
that's wild.
Had some good going on over there.
Isn't that crazy? All these like streaming platforms have these TV shows.
Tubi, Hooby, Luby galore. Like there's always something.
I had a Tubi sponsorship and I was very excited about that. About the Super Bowl. Like, say you're eating spaghetti for the Super Bowl. I'm like, love it. And then I posted like, who eats spaghetti on a Super Bowl? That's what everyone said.
What?
I was like, yeah.
Oh my God. I would eat
spaghetti
on the Super Bowl. I eat everything on the Super Bowl.
They streamed it for free on Tubi this year. Not sponsored anymore, but you could have.
Wasn't Tubi the Super Bowl ad that made everybody think the Super Bowl turned off and people were getting like cussed out? And
wait,
did you see
what
that?
happened? No.
It was a commercial, but they like made it look like the channel changed. So like men everywhere were freaking the out like during the Super Bowl. Like, who's on the remote?
And they were like streaming it for free. That was like the whole thing was like, we're streaming this. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Tubi caused fights on the Super Bowl. That was like 2 years ago.
I guess Tubi likes to be a little controversial. I don't mind a little Tubi action. Well, the Severance is interesting. Yeah, that one is. It's kind of sounds like the other one. The not the Purge. What is the one where she comes out of the body? Substance. Like, doesn't it sound kind of like the same thing? So it's like, what is happening?
Wow, when you put it that way, I guess, because it's time on, time off, different people kind of thing.
Yeah.
But Severance is so amazing.
Who do you pick? Here's okay, not a Severance question, but like, okay, let's say you're married. Ask me about this because I've been with Moses 5 years, okay? Which is kind of short in the grand scheme of life, right? Like if he lives to be 90. Okay, what if I'm like, die right after 5 years and then he finds another wife and they're together 40 years. Does he get buried with her or does he get buried with me? Which one are you choosing?
Oh my God. Stop it right now, Trisha Paytas. Wow.
I mean, you probably go with the one you're with the most if you spend 40 years with someone.
Yes, but like I'm rising from the dead to cause a little hell. Or like can all 3 of us be buried Can we have just like a lineup?
Absolutely not. I do not want another my tomb with me.
Yeah, I guess.
But then am I going to just be for eternity by myself forever, which was my biggest fear?
You are? No. I mean, you're an icon. Like there's something iconic, like Elvis Presley, you know, probably like.
And he got dug up by people. They like dug him up.
What?
Yeah, that's why they put him in the back, because people dug him up for like his rings and stuff like that.
You swear to God on the Bible?
I think so. I mean, I wasn't there, but I've heard that. Yes.
What do you? And then did they get the rings and they were touching his body? That's so up.
Yeah, I know. I was like, where do I go? Anyway, not to be too morbid, but like, where do you go? Like, because then there's Marilyn, right? The rumor is that she's in that one that Hugh Hefner bought beneath her, and then someone bought one right above her, and he was like laid face down, so he's like always on top of Marilyn for all of eternity and stuff like that.
I hate men.
Yeah,
I hate men.
So I'm like, I guess you can do it on your property. I guess you can get some sort of like burial license, and you can do it on your property, so no one can come get you.
I think cremation is special.
I did too. Moses is like, he thinks it like burns your soul, and I'm like, oh my God, that scares me. He's like, don't do that.
Whoa,
like, okay.
When you put it that way.
But maybe not. I mean, that's a little maybe controversial. He likes to he wants to just be right away in the earth so you could like soak back into the water. But yeah, cremation, because you can also make yourself a little diamond if you're a cremation. Like
I would want people to snort me.
That's
I haven't thought all of it out, to be honest with you. It's so scary.
Yeah, I don't like to do it either.
I do often think about like, weirdly, I do like morbidly think about what if I die in like Makoa's life, like that's crazy that you think of that too, because I do think about that.
Yeah, like wait, what's gonna happen? Like I guess there's like life insurance, but then it's like, what if those companies go under? You know what I mean? Because like, who to say life insurance has forever?
Mm-hmm. Even with the fires, when the fire insurance, they were just taking it away from people as the fires were happening. It made me realize insurance is not all it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, you gotta dig holes in the ground and start burying your money.
I also just thought a little more that you and Moses have kids together, so I feel like you guys.
I know. I get so sad when I think about that. So I always manifest. I'm like, okay, we're gonna be together 15 more years. We're gonna see the kids get married. Like, I'm always just trying to visualize the future. So, anyways, that was a very hypothetical what I said. But you know, you never know. When you're talking about the severance thing, I was just like, yeah, like I don't know. I guess if you're, I don't know. It'd be hard to be.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's like that's just a crazy thought. And I don't have the answers to any of that. I'm like such a day by day person. Even like when people ask me my 5-year goals, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I think it's important and special to set goals and think about where you envision yourself. But at the same time, I think it's important to soak in the reality of A, how fragile life is, but B, how you never know where it's going to go.
Yeah, for sure. And it's also like, you don't want that pressure on yourself, and don't you want life to happen to you? You know what I mean? Like I always thought I need to have kids by the time I was 25, and it was like so much pressure. And then when I didn't hit that goal, I was like so depressed and so sad. I'm like, it's never happening. And I'm like, well, thank God I didn't have kids at 25, you know, like I would have been such a mess. So
exactly. Like if you asked me 5 years ago, I would be like, I would for sure be married by now. And like all these things. And it's like, now that's not where I feel and where I'm at and whatever. So, or
when people are like, oh, what are you gonna do after YouTube? And I was just like, I don't know. Like whoever knows their job security, like that happens to anybody at any job.
People, and just new things happen every day, you know?
Yeah, no, I know. And it's like, you just go with the flow of it all.
Go with the flow. I believe in going with the flow to an extent, because sometimes everything ends up being greater than you ever dreamed of.
That is the tea. Oh my God, I couldn't even imagine having a life like this now. And I was like, oh God, thank God. Like
I couldn't agree more. How great is that?
I know, it's so cool. It's like, I love seeing you happy. And
I wish we could just go tell our younger selves that.
Well, we can, to everyone watching. I always tell people that. I was like, you know what? Like life turns out like better than you think. So don't try and overthink it. I was always trying to think like, I need a man, I need to find this. And it's just like, it'll just turn out better. And you couldn't even imagine, like I couldn't even imagine a man like Moses, because that was like never in my vision, like a man like him, you know?
Like the man that I was dying over, like thought that I needed so bad that like if they didn't love me, it was the end all be all. It's like, oh my God. Yeah. Girl, get up.
Oh my, all the
stand up.
And it's true with like all celebrities. Like I was always thinking, like, I'm gonna end up with someone famous. I need someone famous. I want people to recognize them when he comes to a room. All the stuff like that. And I'm like, God, they're all just like awful. Like they're just all assholes. They're all cheaters. There's not like one celebrity. Even if you think they're good, they're not. Like you always hear like shady stuff because there's just too much information. I don't really blame them, to be honest. But the people that are with them, they just put up with it because that just comes with the territory, you know.
And I feel like I had to come to the realization as well that, and this is not always the case, there are such things as powerful couples where two people are powerful, but a lot of times, I don't know, especially as a woman, when you want to end up with a man who's a celebrity, you are taking on so much more of the role of like a trat wife, you know, and like just seconding yourself to who they are and succumbing to like their world and having to like put their world and their fame and their needs first and so on and so forth, you know. And even when it's like, even like Kim and Kanye, like he ended up wanting her to be all of these things that Kim Kardashian is not, you know, and like it's just hard. Like I don't think it always works out.
I think Holly has talked about that too. Like she always said that too with the men she was with. They kind of wanted a more traditional like wife and not like doing her own thing and stuff like that. And it is hard to find that. But it works. I mean, like some women love that, and you know what I mean? And I feel like in a sense, Moses gave up a lot of his life to like support mine, you know, like dreams and stuff. So like it works if you find it, but two people together who both want the spotlight and it's like very hard, I think.
Yeah, I think there are exceptions to the rule, but to move to Hollywood and then make it in Hollywood and look for that, you very well may end up being super let down.
Yeah.
You know?
I was disappointed every time. I was like, I want to be with someone. Even like the D-list people I've been with always were like just cheaters constantly and just drugs and just like so much stuff. And I was just like, okay,
yeah. And then a lot of times there's like envy or weird control over if you're succeeding more than them. Like there's just so much.
I think I was watching something about Katy Perry and Russell Brand. I knew nothing about them in 2010, but like I guess that was like that whole thing was that he was like super jealous and tried to sabotage her. Like the night that she was New Year's Eve on concert, he like texted her that he wanted a divorce. Like
right before she went on stage, and that performance
you know
is I have goosebumps thinking about that performance because imagine somebody. And narcissism at its finest, you know, ruining one of your big special moments. But before you walk out onto a big stage, major moment of your career, so I would walk out there and crash out.
Oh, yeah. She thought she had to cancel all this. I know. It actually makes me mad. And she never heard from him again. That was the last time she ever heard from him was that night. And the text. I was like, that's crazy. And you're married for like a year and a half, 2 years. It's like, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
I will say, though, sometimes in life, you'll long for that man to hit you up or that ex to hit you up or whatever. But sometimes it's like being left the alone is also something that is beautiful. Like heavy on you should just leave me alone.
Yeah, but there's been people in the past couple of years, I really do think my life has been like happiness. And then those guys that from like 14 years ago hit me up. Like 14 years ago, this person I was like in love with hit me up. And I was like, this is like last year and then again this year. And I was like, what the hell? Obviously I didn't reply, but it was like email, text, like any sort of, I was like, that's crazy. I've heard this person since I was 23 years old and he's like hitting me up. Like,
I think it's so weird to your character, you know, though, like when you don't do all these people wrong and they kind of finally, I can confidently say like every single person I've ever dated except for maybe one has come like
back around.
Yeah. You know?
And like weirdly feels good, but then at the same time you're like, okay, stop. You're 60, I'm 37. Okay. Like that's crazy.
100%. It's like it's nice to feel like vindicated, I guess, and be like, wait, maybe I wasn't that awful or crazy or nuts. I kind of was though. So
but don't you ever want to know? Sometimes I'm like, I always want to do like a question mark back, but I'm like, no, Dres, don't even, because that was such a horrible time in your life. And
sometimes I will hear people out. I can't lie.
Do
like,
you?
Just not in like a bad way, but I don't know. I feel like sometimes if someone wants to get something off their chest, it's like, go ahead. Like, tell me what you need to say. You just have to respond respectfully and accordingly. You know?
Well, did you see that? That was like the Alex Earl today on her live that Braxton, did you see that one? Where she's like, Braxton got hit up by one of his exes today. Oh my God. You could just tell he didn't know what to do, but also wanted to leave immediately. He's like, okay.
I saw that. That was wild. That's like, that reminded me of me in some different times. I'm not going to lie. That was unexpected. I was like, no way you just said that on live. But I can also like recognize that sometimes you just do things like that as a girl.
But
you're just live and you're feeling that way. And maybe you do want it to sting a little to him because it's stinging to you.
The general consensus was on her side, which I was kind of happy about because so many people were like, honestly, I get it when you know you're not supposed to say something, but you're just itching to say it to get it out. And the way she said it too, you could just like, and he held it in pretty good because then he just leaves like, that was yesterday.
Yeah. Oh
and she was just so.
That is womanhood at its finest. I will say that. And then what did she say? She was like, I guess it's just a girl's party anyways. Like or something like that.
She like closed the door too when he left. She's like, okay, bye. Braxton left.
Yeah. Like, oh my God. Real. But
it's real.
Yeah, it's just.
Is she younger? Are you guys the same age or is she younger?
I think she's younger than me.
She's young. God, she's been around. She's been doing so much lately, so I didn't know. But yeah,
when you're Margs, everything, she's killing it because she's just that girl. She's so hot and she's killing it, and she's got the personality too. Even like I was watching her. And like the whole family, I would love to see a reality show about the Earls. Like I feel like she's interesting enough that it would be not like forced like a lot of them.
Well, and her dad's the manager, and then her dad's married to like an ex-prostitute or something that was with some congressman. I remember that story a little bit. And then they have a daughter, and then Braxton, he seems sweet. He's like a football player.
Yeah, it's all interesting.
Jake Shane will probably be on there.
Yes, so, Ashton Earl's interesting. The whole family. I was like watching them. She like secretly ordered all the kids crumble cookies, and like the mom doesn't doesn't let all the little ones have them. So they were like whispering and like having them. And it was like, I was like, this would be an interesting reality television show moment. Like, you know, like I would watch.
I would watch it too. Yeah.
Keeping Up with the Earls.
Yes. Because that little clip, even in the live, I kind of loved seeing that side of her. I was like, ooh, because she was like, you could just tell. And then as soon as he even came in, she was like doing like dancing. I was like, oh, she was like, and the little sister trying to ask questions like, what's your favorite mascara? She's like, Braxton's ex texted us.
And that's real. And it's like, she's hot. You know, she's a hot girl. She knows her. You know, bitches like that aren't like, you know, like for the most part, it's like, it's not like she's like quiet. Like, like she's going to say what's on her mind,
she's
I'm sure.
Hot, young, and rich. And it's like, that's what,
famous.
And famous.
Yeah, like I would be standing on my too, you know?
And unproblematic. She's like not a messy girl. And I'm just like, God, I
so
love
when she gives us a little bit of mess, like I eat it up every time I saw that.
Oh, I was living for it. I love a little bit like that, which is everything. And she keep doing it.
Yeah, we love Alex.
Because when someone gets a text from an ex, like, I've never seen, I really do. Like, I used to look at Moses' phone all the time. I like don't anymore, but I really don't think he does. I always tell him, like, when that person texted me, or I had another, I think I told you, like, the stand-up comedian was in my DMs, like, ugh, like, that I dated forever ago. And I was like, I tell him, because I'm like, it feels weird, you know, it feels a little weird.
Yeah, open and honest, always transparent. My phone is truly like a hotline bling. Like, I always am like, should I just change my number? Because it's wild. Like, once a week, I'll get a text where I'm like, I should change my phone number.
Do you have 2 phones or you have 1?
No, I had 2. And then I lost one of them. And then I was like, anyone ever could find this phone and the lock screen is me and like whatever. I like couldn't. And I had this whole, I was like, you know what? This isn't for me.
Well, I always keep my original number because like, you know, for YouTube and for all those things when it like text you your code or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how do you get those codes if you don't? So I always keep my original phone number. So that's the one people text from like 14 years ago. But then I have like a new one that I'm just like, okay, that way people nowadays.
I should. But then it's every time I've ever had 2 phones, I notice that eventually it just bleeds. Like people get both numbers and then they're blowing you up on both because you're ignoring them. And it's like, I'm ignoring you on one phone for a reason, you know? It's
don't give them the number to your new phone.
It just always happens. People like, I think how my personality is, I give off very open book and like whatever, like, you know what I mean? Like someone will just walk up to me and be like, give me your phone. I'm putting my number in. Like, you know what I mean? It's the way people just...
Not me. I don't call me, don't text.
Yeah, I should. Yeah.
Which, by the way, I know we're like almost at the end of this episode, but I have to also say thank you. I FaceTime Tana, one of my meet and greets.
She's so funny.
And you answered so fast. If it was me, you know me, I would never answer you could say something crazy, right? You said, oh, I thought the Not Loveline set was like on fire or something like that. And I was like, that could actually happen, and I still won't answer her FaceTime. I'd be like, text me if it's an emergency. Like, I hate FaceTime. And
I loved it. I love a FaceTime call. And then I see a FaceTime call from Trisha Paytas. I'm like, what the going on? Seriously? Like, because you're not a FaceTimer. I was like, what the hell? And then I answered and you're on stage, live on stage. And it was so cute. There was this little guy in the front row who had a canceled merch on. And like, I love when there's crossover because we always get the Trish shirts at our show too. And it's like, it's just special to feel like there are people who consume it all. And to be honest with you, it lit a fire under me. Like I immediately started writing my show like even harder for tour. I was like, I miss this. She's thriving. It looks amazing.
And they
like,
love you. That specific show, like everyone had a Tana question. And I love it. I love when people ask, but that one, like
too.
everybody. And then someone was so bold. By the way, I'm not going to do this any other show because now everyone's like, we should ask this. I'm like, no, but like, but there was so many. Then one person was just like, can you FaceTime her? I was like, and you know, I'm so awkward.
You can't say no.
Yeah. I was like, I mean, in the future, I'll be like, no, but like this one, I was
Trisha,
like,
you could do it every single show. I have so much fun. I'm not kidding. I had it literally made my day. I after I hung up, I told McCall, I was like, that gave me some energy. Like I felt like I was on the stage.
They were loving it. They asked you questions, and we were in Atlanta, Georgia, which is a peach state, and they literally asked you your favorite flavor of vape, and you said something like
peach ice.
Yeah, they
just
stoked.
Discontinued it. Geek Bar, bring it back. It's helping me though. It's helping me.
It was so sweet. It made their day, and that's the one thing I would never. I don't know what came over me. I was like, I hate FaceTiming anybody.
No, I loved it.
I'd be like, oh my gosh, what, you know? But
I literally loved it. Like, don't even think twice. You know, I loved it. You know,
and they loved it, and it was so fun. It made me feel cool. It's like, you know, when you have like someone's phone number, and you're like, actually, yeah, let me call her.
I would hope you have my phone number at this point. But it was funny. They just asked me my vape flavor, and then the whole crowd was cheering, and then Trisha and I said bye. Like, it was really funny.
It was. No, I actually do. Like, the meet and greets are my favorite thing. Cause
so you do like a Q&A to the VIPs, right?
Yeah. I do like the super one at the beginning. It's like a little party. And then I do like the line. And then the line people come and do the Q&As. And it's like 50 people or whatever. And it's like really fun. I love doing it. That's like my favorite. It really is my favorite part because it's just like everyone's so hyped. And I always say this at all my shows. Like, I'm so like mid as far as like I don't do much. But they like hype me up as if I'm, Lady Gaga singing
You are.
So,
like, you're an icon, but I love the intimate moments too, like that, because you feel like you can say anything. I get in trouble at things like that, like,
oh yes,
because it's so personal. It's like I'm just talking to these like 50 people, and it's like a panel almost, like you're a congresswoman.
But then you gotta be like, I always know, I'm like, this, whatever I say is ending up on TikTok, so I'm like, let me.
I know, and I like always convince myself in that moment. And I do this with the Canceled podcast as well. Even on Just Trish, I do this. I convince myself in the moment, like, I'm not going to cut it. Who cares that this ends up on TikTok? And then when it's on TikTok and has a million views and the comments are like, starting a new scandal, I'm like, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I never get better.
You've been doing good, though. There hasn't been any crazy clips.
I know, but I'm sure the second my feet hit that stage on tour, I'm going to be...
You guys do good at, like, not getting those out there. Because even the first one, I had no idea what was going on. Like, I was like...
It's for the most part, like, when I look back, there's a lot of stories that I expected to end up getting me in trouble on the internet. And it was only, like, one or two little things,
Really? Yeah, because I don't remember, like...
It didn't even really get me in trouble. It just got other people in trouble, but,
Yeah, it just went viral, but it's not your fault. They're real stories.
But the stress of those viral moments.
I know. And I know when you're like going through it, it is like the worst because as much as you love talking about drama, you don't ever want to be the drama, especially now. We talk about this all the time when you're like happy in life. You're like, we know we've done some past. And so when you get involved in drama, you're like, oh, are they gonna bring up something that 10 years ago happened and like ruin the happiness that's happening now?
100%. Yeah. It's like, even just with writing this book right now, I've been like, it's so stressful knowing that I'm going to put this piece of work out there and I'm going to expose, and not even expose it necessarily all are negative, but like, and it's the truest form of truth I've ever told in my life. Not an ounce of my book is even remotely exaggerated. So it's just like, I don't know. I'm going to have to like get in a cave. Like, I need to like buy a cave now.
I think you're gonna find the opposite. I feel like especially like when females like release their books, like Kiki Palmer and stuff like that, like it's almost like this like final once and for all, it's out there, it's done, buy the book. So when people ask you about it in the future, just be like, it's in the book and buy it. It feels better in print. I don't know, something feels better in print. It doesn't feel as gossipy, it doesn't feel as whatever, and it's your truth.
It is like truly just my story, and it's wild. I like haven't. It's cool that you were asking me about the Chelsea Handler thing, and I haven't been able to decide where my book ends. Do you know what I mean? Like, because it's like I could just keep going to literally Not Loveline to present day. Like, I don't know where it ends. And I felt like the other day when I interviewed Chelsea Handler, I got home and I just started bawling because I realized that day is going to be the end of my book, and it was like so special. Because my opening like part of the book is talking about how I used to pass her office every day and just dream and hope she'd walk out. And like when I was really young, because Jordan Morona's office was like across from her office.
Was it E? Was it at E or where?
No, it was just in the valley.
Oh, okay.
And it's, but it was just across, and she never came out or whatever. But I would take meetings and people would tell me like, this is what your career is going to be. And I was too young to like, be like, I'm going to be Chelsea Handler. It's like, I'm 17. I don't know what I'm going to be. I didn't know, but I grew up on her, and I was like, wow, that is the end. That is the final page.
Oh my gosh. So it's like a full circle.
Yeah.
That is like good. Yeah. And also I think then you'll have so much more after that moment, but they always say, if you want to write the second book, make sure you have enough for the second book. So it's like, that's a good ending moment. And then like all the we're going to do this year is just like a whole another chapter.
And I think, I was always very like worried that once I put this out that like, what the hell do you write about next? But Chelsea just put out a book, and obviously her being my main inspiration for all of it. I mean, she's 50 and she's writing all about all the things she's learned up to 50. And I was like, you know what?
How many books does she have? She has a lot.
7
books.
Best time New York Times bestseller.
6 New York Times bestsellers. She is an icon. I can't wait to see it because it hasn't aired yet, and I was like so excited for you.
We should do books at the same time. I just love doing things at the same time.
It's so hard. We're like working on one. I have someone that like helps me put my thoughts together, but it's actually like so hard to like get it in my voice, because I've written my own books, but I don't love the way they come out, so I need someone to help me. But I'm also like, I need someone to have my exact voice, and it's been really hard to find someone that has my exact voice.
Well, I don't know if anybody has your exact voice. Like, you're icon living.
I know. I've been interviewing. I think I've written with like 3 or 4 writers now, and I'm just like, oh god, like I can't get it right.
Can I guess what? Can I have a little? Are you gonna do something around manifestation?
No, everyone says I should, but no. Originally, it was just like more of just like a book about life lessons sort of thing.
Yeah,
not necessarily even a tell-all, but I should actually. Maybe I should pivot. I don't know, because so many people say that. But
even when I posted after Chelsea, like all my comments were like, the Trisha manifestation is working. And I swear to God, it's true, Trisha.
Really? That's so funny. I don't think there's much secret. I think it's visualizing something for yourself.
You have put it into words to me so many times in ways that do stick with me for life. Like, I mean that. Like, you really have I'm just observing you. Like, obviously I get the pleasure of being around you and observing you and whatnot, but just, I don't know, the way you believe it and the way that you speak it, and it's very special. I've never met anyone like you or who does it like you in that sense. And I think it'd be a great read.
It works. And like, I think you spoke it into existence. You talked about Chelsea being on your flight. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. You know what I mean? I think putting stuff out there, which can make you look either crazy or whatever, or someone sees it and they're like, oh, actually, you know, and I think it's just, I don't know. You could either look at it as you're a crazy person or, you know, it's out there, you know what I mean? And I think I'd rather just put it out there, you know, and let someone in the universe will hear you, you know what I mean? And if 100%. It's meant for you, it'll be yours. And if it's not, then that's it.
And that's like the most beautiful thing. Oh,
that's
I'm
one
so
page
emo
book.
lately.
Really?
Everything makes me want to cry because I'm so grateful these days. Just life is so amazing.
Well, that's a secret too to manifestation, being thankful for what you have. Like I'm always thankful. I'm always just like, oh my God, waking up in the morning, getting to be here, getting to do all this stuff like that. We have pretty good life.
It's just so damn good. And it's like, God, I always say it, but I just hope we show the girlies that it gets better because it was. And we were trenches. I was trenches. I'll speak for myself.
I was trenches.
Yeah, like for so long.
You always to me, you always seem like you had it under control. Like I feel like I've never seen you.
Sweet, Trisha.
Because like online you would do like your dramatic story times. But I just feel like I've never seen you like. I know you've been sad, obviously, in life, but I've never seen you like, you know, is she okay?
Yeah, I guess I would like try to hide a lot of the real darkness, you know, for a long time. But I don't know. Just lately, everything feels light.
You look light too. Like you look nice. Light, bright, clean girl energy. Everyone sees it. Everyone's like, and I love seeing it too.
It's just great. We're in a great era. Do we take like one call?
We're like, that's it. We could also do a disclaimer being like, it's a talking episode to tell people.
Not to mention 6 episodes in 3 days. Like you can say that.
Yeah, 6 episodes in 3 days. No, 6 episodes in 1 day. No, 18. 18 in 3 days. If we do 6 a day.
No, wait, we're not filming 6 episodes.
Patreon.
3 Patreon
episodes.
But those to me are episodes. That's like 6 episodes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I go home and feel like I shot 6 episodes.
I know what you're saying. I love that you come to my house too, because I told you I drove to Jeff in Hollywood. It was like an hour and a half in traffic and then an hour and a half back. And I was
the traffic has been
crazy.
This is the most LA ever. And it's like, shut the up and move to Georgia if you're even going to say this sentence. But like the traffic lately has been so much worse than normal. Yeah. So bad. It has been taking me an hour and a half to get to Hollywood.
Crazy.
And do you know, I think I'm buying an apartment in Hollywood.
Why?
I'm so ill, dude.
Why?
I can't adjust fully, and I hate to. Are you
buying or renting?
I'm gonna buy, and then I'm gonna maybe rent it out to someone, like to pay for it.
No, but you can't adjust to the valley.
I just am deeper than I think I thought, and it's just, oh my God, I keep having in Hollywood, and I'm like, I'm either late, and I'm trying so hard not to be late. That's the thing. The other day, I like left my house and I live like realistically 20 minutes from Hollywood if you took all the traffic away. And I left my house at 8 something in the morning, which you know is already just so hard for me. Okay, I had foundation on. I had a kitten heel on. I left at 8:15 to get there by 9:15, and then I just sat there in the car, and the time kept going up, and I didn't get to Hollywood until 10:30. And I was like, all I want to do is just be on time. I'm in a new era, and like I can't make it happen. And
you literally have been so punctual. It's crazy. I always allow like 10 to 15 minutes for people to be late, but you're like on time. I was like, holy, I make it down there.
So hard to just care and like show people I care, and just you know, you can't be in this era and then still be fucking late to everything, Tana. Like you got to work on it as much as you can, and it's like the traffic.
Can you do a Zoom? I Zoom everything. You have to be in person.
Yeah,
that parking, and then it's like you really all of it could have been a Zoom. You're just like, this could have all been a Zoom, unless you have to go in person for something.
And it's so funny because the Valley is theoretically it is. I'm saying theoretically, it literally is so much nicer than Hollywood.
Yes,
like, it's beautiful. There's parking lots. There's greenery. There's open roads. It's gorgeous. It's 20 minutes from Hollywood on a good day at 9 p.m. And it's like, I miss the grime and the like. There's this. I'm just like a Hollywood that heart. I need that like tattooed on something. But like,
no, when I went to Jeff's place, and he's nice. His we found out, I don't know if we said it on air, but he pays the exact amount in rent as I do my mortgage.
Yes.
And it's nice. He's in a nice apartment, but right when you leave his apartment, I mean, just like,
well, yeah, you can even like Brooke, she's got like the most insane Hollywood high rise on planet Earth. And you just walk down it and people are on the road.
Yeah, I'm like just using drugs. Like I left at like 7 p.m. and people were just like using on the street, and I was just like, what the? And
but
it's like
I
sad.
miss it. I feel at home. It's so strange. I love Hollywood. It's so bad.
It's crazy. It is crazy. That I used to love Hollywood too, but it has gotten a little bad. And obviously I have kids.
And I romanticize it to a point that is mental illness. Like I went to my smoke shop in Hollywood the other day, and I walked in, and there might as well have been like Taylor Swift playing, and like I was like, oh my God, this is my place. And it's like it's Lou's Smoke Shop on Sunset. Like you're fine.
Is it Lou's? Is that his name?
I love Lou's Smoke Shop. If you're in Hollywood, Lou's Smoke Shop is the best smoke shop ever.
There's nothing I miss about it. To be honest, I even went in and I was like, oh, is there food to eat around here? Like, no, there's like nothing. There's like that Burger King that I used to always go through. I'm like, I'm not going through that. That's like
a good
crazy.
Burger King. I know the one.
Yeah, the 2 for $6. That was where it was at, and the chicken sandwich. And it is a good Burger King, but I was like, I'm just gonna go home and make something.
No, it's brutal, and I'm trying to just adjust slowly but surely, trying restaurants and just like recentering my life around the valley. But it's so hard.
You're in the best area for restaurants. We almost moved to that area because there's so many good restaurants that we're like obsessed with.
I need you to send me like the Trisha Paytas master list.
Yeah, there's so many good ones. Like, we have all of them. Like even not the chain ones. You know, I love a chain. I love like Benihana Chili's, but then there's also like really good non-chain ones there. You have the best. So like I said, we almost moved there. It's just like way more expensive where you are. So we're like, we'll come out this way.
You're so wild. It's
Bougie.
It's the valley. It's better. It is. There's something. The grime is in me. I am trying to shake it, but I am touring Hollywood apartments.
So you would go like stay the night at your apartment in Hollywood?
Yeah, dude, Trisha, this is actually this is the most insane shit ever. Okay, I want to get it. I want to write my book in it. Okay. I feel like I'm not serving inspiration. You're buying an apartment to write a book in it. It's like, what the f are you saying, Tana? And then I would want to rent it out and like infinite money glitch it, right? Like have the person be paying my mortgage until it's paid off. And then I don't know. It just would be nice to have, like, if there's a world where I ever want to rent my house out, then I could just go be in my Hollywood
Switch to the apartment.
And what the kind of out of touch conversation is this? No one relates to this. I sound insane.
No, can I tell you? This is exactly, we're talking about the touring and stuff like that. I'm like, I really need a lake house to finish my book. Like, I want to live on the lake and like write a book like Secret Window, Johnny Depp. I'm like, that's where I need to write it. So I've been like stuck on this book too for like years.
Okay,
and I'm like,
at least there's one person in the world who relates to me.
So I'm like, I need to go on this tour so I can sit at the lake to write my book. Like, that's how it's going to happen. And
no,
I can't do it here.
And in reality, it's like, Tana, go to your backyard. You know, it's just
go to a Starbucks.
I'm so easily distracted. It's hard for me because I found that I do my best writing on a plane, and I was literally debating booking like 9 one-ways back and forth from New York City just to like sit, and because I get so distracted, and it's like, it's insane because it's like, just write it.
Well, you're gonna finish it. You're gonna go on a Europe and an Australian tour. So.
I know. I need to just lock the in and stop making excuses. I don't need a Hollywood apartment or 9 flights. It's just like I get so distracted at home, and then I don't know. I have to go to such a dark headspace too to recount a lot of my life. I think that's what it is. So it's like I'm in this dark headspace. I'm writing and I'm crying and I'm there and it's good and I'm killing it. And then like Amari walks in the room and he's like, "Should we get Jersey Mike's for lunch?" And I'm like, I love you and life's good. I want Jersey Mike's, and now I'm no longer 9 and miserable anymore.
Oh yeah, no, that is actually so true though. The realities of being a book writer, being an author, and
it's also just like, oh my God, I'm about being happy. Like it's, you know,
but hey, it's a good thing to complain about. You know what I mean?
It is.
Being happy. Are we here for a call?
Yeah, sure. Let's take a call. Devin, don't be sorry. I'm talking.
We're doing 12 episodes in 48 hours, basically. So
no, and we're literally.
It's episode 1, so
I can't even stress.
We'll speed it up.
And this is what we do for episode 1. Okay, this is what we do. I hope you guys like it.
Disclaimer
because
always.
This is what we do.
A disclaimer at the beginning that they're talking until the 1 hour mark.
Hi Trish, hi Tana, love you both. Trisha, congratulations on another pregnancy. So exciting. My question has to do with pregnancy and infertility. So my partner and I have been trying for over a year now, and it is so defeating. And I've been trying to be a manifestation queen like you, Trish, and, you know, visualize it and really believe to my core that I'm pregnant and it's happening. But I keep getting disappointed month over. And I guess I just need some advice on how do you stay positive in this journey. It's a tough one. Love you both. Bye.
She sounds so positive already because it's so hard. Oh, that's so hard. And it's the worst thing to hear. Like, it's such a hard thing to talk about this because people who struggle with infertility or trying to get pregnant, it's like the worst thing to hear. It happens when you least expect it or when you're not trying. You know, it's like, oh, like, off with that. And sometimes it's the case, sometimes it's not. And it's just like, I was depressed for so long. I've been trying to get pregnant. I always talk about this. I'm very open about it. Like literally since I was like 23. That was the first time I knew I let people fully, I know we're not on Patreon, but just do it. And I always would let people because I just wanted to get pregnant. I didn't care if it was a one night stand, I didn't get whatever. Like, I was so desperate to be a mom. So literally my whole life since I was 23 years old, just raw dogging it, just trying to get pregnant. and sometimes I was with someone for a couple of years that I was like, ooh, I want a baby with this person for real. So I'd try extra hard. I'd do like the ovulation days and all this stuff.
You're like upside down, like shaking
literally
it in.
Upside down. Yeah, all the time. Anything you tried, I would make sure it's ovulation day, the time, the stick, everything. So I was like peeing on the stick, ovulating, wasn't getting pregnant. It was like so crazy. And I was so sad. And for so long, I was just like, I'm never going to get pregnant. And I started saying that. I would say that to everyone. I had a boyfriend at 30. I was like, I can't get pregnant, so you can just do whatever. Like, you know what I mean? I would just start saying it to people. Moses, I can't get pregnant, so just whatever. And like, I think guys, either they did and didn't care or didn't believe me. So they were just like, whatever. But it was true. It was true. And then I would do the HSG test when I was in a relationship. It didn't work. So I was constantly saying I couldn't get pregnant, even to Moses. And like, I'm like, I just can't get pregnant. That's just what it is. And then like the minute I switched it, which again, if you're struggling with fertility, it doesn't happen for anyone, but she sounds like someone who believes in like manifestation. So I'm just telling you what works for me. The minute I switched it was like when we got married and I was like, you know what? I see us having a baby. I see it happening. Cause I used to just spend all my money. I would spend all of it. I'd have like $100,000 to $200,000 in my bank account, spend it all. Like, I'm never gonna have kids, whatever. Me and Moses, when we got married, we did the Maldives, we did music videos. I think I blew $2 million that year, and that was my money. And then we went broke, I tell the story, and then I owed money to the IRS, and we had no money. But I was like, I don't have kids, it doesn't matter. But then when we got married, I was just like, no, I see myself having kids. Like, I see it, whatever. And then we did the HSG test, which is like a fertility treatment, and then got pregnant right away after that test. It clears your tubes or whatever. So that was cool. Second time too, it wasn't working. We were trying to get pregnant naturally. And then we did the HSG test again, got pregnant. And then all of a sudden I started being like, oh my gosh, like I remember we were talking about it after baby number 2, after Elvis. And I was just like, just inside me, you know, it was hard for us to get pregnant. We had the HSG test, like whatever. And Moses kept being like, no, I feel like you're a baby machine now. I feel like it's like a factory of babies coming out of you. I was like, that's so crazy. Like, and I was the one not believing it, but he was like manifesting this thing where I was just like, all of a sudden could like make all these babies. And then like literally like a baby came around 4 months later. I was like, what the hell? One time. No way. And it was one time it happened. Like, we literally had sex one time because it was 4 months postpartum. So I couldn't really have sex anyways. And I was still like bleeding and stuff. And it was like one time. And it just happened. Anyways, the point of all that is like, stay positive, because I would hear so many stories on TikToks of people who adopted like 3 kids and they were all adults. And then like, after those kids were adults, 20 years later, they had their own baby. You know what I mean? Aww. And they were like, so you hear those stories and you just have to believe that it's true. And I believe like it will happen. There's another TikToker I follow called Selena Spooky Boo. Have you seen her? Yeah, oh gosh, her fertility struggles are so sad. It's like her story. It was trigger warning, but like miscarriage after miscarriage and just like all this like, and her partner went through so much stuff health wise. And anyways, they're having their first baby now via surrogacy, and she's so happy. And it's been, I don't know, like 15 years of her struggle. And you just see those stories and you're like, when there's a will, there's a way. If it's not meant for your body, I think you'll find it through something else. You know what I mean? Through your baby will come some other way. So you just got to stay positive, because I think the minute that you think negative, I always thought like I was unworthy of love. I always thought since I was a stripper or prostitute, I was like, oh, I don't deserve love. And so I would say it. I was like, I don't deserve love. Like men are awful, whatever. And so like the minute you start thinking like I deserve it, which took me a while with Moses and like him sticking around, I was like, oh, maybe I do deserve this. Then you start like believing in it. So like your negativity, you're in your own way, basically. The negativity blocks anything. So just like, we talk about it, just believe that you can do anything. Like I like 37 now and I'm like the heaviest I've ever weighed, but it's like, I still want to be an actress. And I was like, oh, I booked 3 TV shows acting this year. You know what I mean? And I was just like, it can happen. You know, I think I was blocking myself for so long. Like, I can't act. I'm not an actress, whatever. And I don't know, just believing it.
Trisha,
that's a lot.
Paytas Hackman. That was the most, I got chills 9 times. I teared up 3 times. I'm literally not kidding. That was so moving. And like, I can't imagine being that girl and hearing you like say all of that. Like, I feel like you just spoke the most immense amount of life into somebody who really needed it. And it moved me. And I don't know about in that world. And that it is just crazy. Like, that it came to you exactly when it was supposed to. And that, like, all of that, I don't know, just feeling negative and down and like it's the end of the world and like it's never going to happen, and whatever ended up being so purposeful, and that it had to happen for this to happen. I don't know. That was just like
timing.
Damn.
It's all about timing. 14 years. I would consider 14 years of infertility. Fertility, for the record, by the way, is like, it's not sterile. Like, sterile means like, you know, you have your uterus out, you don't have eggs or something, you don't produce eggs. Infertility is going more than a year of trying to get pregnant, not being able to. So that's what defines infertility. So I was infertile for 14 years, and I had chlamydia untreated, which scarred my tubes. So that was like a big issue of my fertility. So it, you know, yeah, it's a struggle for a lot of people, and you know, just you gotta hang on, you gotta be positive, and
that's so crazy.
Yeah, thank God it happened when you did. I mean, I'm a lot older than I thought I was gonna be as a mom, but gosh, me being pregnant at 24 by the guy that I thought I was gonna would have been a disaster. Like, those poor kids. I mean, I probably, like, not even being funny. And I kind of understand when people, like, you know, have to give their kids to their parents, because I had a dog that I couldn't take care of. So I gave it to my mom. You know, that probably would have been me in my 20s, because I was so mentally unwell. And I know for like the well-being of the child, I would have had to give the child to someone else, because I could never have taken care of the child at 20 years old. There's just no way, or even 28 really, because I was so mentally unwell. So
wild how everything works out for a reason. And just like, it is crazy how you can actively say as well that the second that you switched your vibes, right? Like, you're switched to like a positive pathway mentally about it, that everything ended up changing. It's so crazy. Yeah. And even that story is wild, adopting the kids, becoming fully grown, and then like ending up having a kid of your own. Like, it is just
I see that a lot.
What's meant to be will be.
That's why I always never gave up hope, because I was like, God, I see that quite often. And I think Courtney and Travis talk about it too. They were doing IVF and gonna get pregnant, and then they just like stopped trying, and then they got pregnant. And it is one of those things that just happens. And like, it's so annoying to hear when you're going through it, because it's like nobody wants to hear it, but there's so many stories like that. So
and now look at you, like, using all of that to speak life into so many people. And it's like, it's wild. It's just wild how everything does come together and happen for a reason, even if you're like, God, why?
Yeah, it's really like, we're in the abundance of babies. I know when we talk about having my like tubes tied and stuff now, I'm like, God, I never in a million years thought I'd ever have this discussion of like, how do we not get pregnant? You know what I mean? It's it's such a crazy thing. So hang in there.
That was so sweet. And I just know that made that girl's like whole life. It would make my whole life. It was like the best advice.
Baby
ever.
dust. Yeah.
Damn. I love baby dust.
Baby dust to you.
Stop. I'm like,
not baby dust to you. Baby dust to you.
Baby dust to you.
Baby dust away.
One more call.
Sure,
yeah. That was just like, God, you need a book. Like, even that was crazy. That was like, oh my God, somebody write that down exactly like she said it.
Well, I love to be that, because I had so many stories of infertility that like encouraged me. So I like to be that.
It was so well spoken, and the speed that you speak out will always scratch an itch in my brain. Like, it is the perfect speed to me. I took so much information.
Thanks.
You can play the call. I won't suck the fart out of her for too long.
Hi, Trisha and Tana. My name is Molly from New Jersey. I love you guys so much. So I'm calling because I just got engaged about a month ago, and I still have a long way until I start planning, but this is a question mainly for Trish, but what is something about your wedding that you would have changed or that you regretted? And I guess for Tana, what is something that you've always thought you wanted for your wedding? Love you guys.
We are
what
telepathic.
A little cutie. We are telepathic. We were literally, were we talking about that on camera? Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
That's wild.
We talked so much. We're like, when did we talk about that?
When were we recording? I
love the name Molly too. Do you ever think her parents were just like on Molly and we're like, this is a good name for a kid?
I've always wondered how that works. Or like who took MDMA and was like, a girl named Molly.
Right.
Or like, do you know what I mean? Like, where did that?
Or they lost a girl named Molly, because you always see, where's Molly? And you're just always like, did they lose someone? Like that someone's just like, and they misinterpreted it for like drugs. Like, oh, you meant a child? I thought you meant this pill.
Yeah,
you know?
That's crazy. Wow, I would love to know the origin story of Molly as a name for MDMA. What the did she ask?
Your wedding inspo. Right.
Well, I want to hear from you first. Yes. Okay. If you could change anything about your wedding.
I feel like I've talked about this. I would always say, don't spend too much on your wedding. I would say destination weddings, they're a lot cheaper. So I did an LA wedding, at the Four Seasons, which is like crazy. The minimum at Four Seasons, at least where we got married, $100,000 minimum for food and drink. And that's just food and drink.
That's just food and drink. Yeah, like...
And there's small portions.
What were they serving? Caviar and gold and baby's blood?
It was good food, but the smallest part, we didn't even get to eat it because you're so damn busy at your wedding. So yeah, that was just that. And that's just wedding. Anyways, I would say if you can go smaller. We did a destination wedding in Maui, which is expensive. Maui's expensive, and we did it on New Year's Eve, which makes it more expensive. But it was still
so expensive.
But it was still a tenth of the price of what we spent here in LA. And if you look at our LA wedding. And it's fine. You can be shady because I'm always shady towards our own wedding. Happy we did it, obviously. Like, I love being married to Moses. But, like, no lighting, no ambiance. The floors look like it's a convention center. Like, it was just, like, no roses in sight. We just have candles, which is, like,
3
kind of
seasons.
cheap. Yeah.
2 seasons. Well, that's crazy.
It smells more, on the event planning of it all. Because the Four Seasons is just, like, a bare thing. And you're supposed to make it great. But anyways, long story short. Save money on your wedding. Oh my God. We did go into debt after the wedding. We should have just done the Maui. Maui, we had 10 people. We could talk to everyone. We danced. We could eat our own food. It was so much better. It was so pretty with the ocean behind us. Like, I would do destination wedding. I love the idea of a Vegas wedding. I thought that would always be like so fun too. Mm-hmm. That's what I wanted to do too, was a Vegas wedding. But I think saving the money is like such a cooler move. It's like, I was like,
and honeymooning even with that.
Oh yeah. Save it for that. Save it for the trip. Save it for a house. Save it for whatever. Because it's just like not worth it. And I thought, well, I'm a content creator. I need this, like, it's going to be good content. And it's like, even that, I was like, nobody really cared that much. You know what I mean?
People definitely cared. I want to say doesn't the video of you in the black wedding dress have like a grillion views? Like, you got the content.
Yeah. But like, what does that even mean? You make no money on TikTok and stuff like that. But yeah, I would save where you can. I wish we would have saved more money on our wedding because we went to debt.
Yeah. I think that obviously I have never been actually married, but I feel like at the time that I did that whole publicity stunt moment, as fake as that all is, right? In that moment, you still kind of understand that this is what it would be like if it was contentified and if everyone I've ever worked with and influencers were there and like whatever. And like, even just being so in love with Makoa as well, it's like, you want the day to be like so different from everything else, and you want it to be so sacred and so special. And like, I don't know. Yeah, I do want it to be more intimate and definitely somewhere further and like less people and like the whole nine, it's just like, I agree with that fully. Cause even with your LA wedding too, did you just go home after and you were kind of like, wait?
We ended up staying in the hotel room. The hotel literally is 5 minutes from our house. So we like stayed in the hotel room, the like honeymoon suite, $9,000 room a night. Like, did not need to do that. Like, we could have literally stayed here and saved $9,000. Yeah, we stayed in the little suite and everyone brought the gifts up, like whatever. Like, but yeah, we could have just come home, you know what I mean? Which would have been better. Well,
I get why to do an LA wedding or wherever you live, you want everybody there and it's more of a moment and it's like all of the things. But I think that like, I don't know. I just would hate to like fuck up something sacred.
And you can, because it's not a special day. Like, I don't look at it as like our special day. It's like a meet and greet for real. We stood in one spot and it was just like people lined up, which is like nice. Everyone wants to say hi to you, of course. But the whole wedding.
Saying your own wedding is like a meet and greet is so.
It is. We stood there in one spot and there was just lines of people. We had an Elvis impersonator. Never even saw the Elvis impersonator perform because we're just like stuck in this line. Yeah. And you don't even get to say hi to everyone. You say hi to everyone for literally like a 30-second. Like, they like, okay, next, like sort of thing. So it was not like special or intimate all in that way. It feels more like a show for performance. So I think you're onto something when you want something smaller and like more intimate.
Yeah, and just like the family vibes and whatever. I've been saying that I'm gonna have a section at my wedding though of people who like, I was saying this to Jeff specifically the other day because Jeff was saying some crazy to me. I don't remember what he was saying, but I was like, if you come to my wedding, I need a section for people like you who are only allowed to say like 10 words across the wedding. Like, I do have so many crazy people in my life.
Well, they should I don't let anyone talk at my wedding.
Yeah, no, yeah. I just mean in general out loud to other people. Like it is to a minimum. I'm friends with so many people that are so insane that I love so dearly. I'm insane, but it's just like funny to think about.
Who paid for the wedding with you and Jake? Was it sponsored?
Probably.
You didn't pay for it. Do you know how much it cost at all?
Hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I don't think I paid for it. I don't know.
Crazy.
But it did, like, again, as fake as ever, like, live streamed as everything was and stuff. Like, it does just like make you think about those things. Cause obviously you're like, you know what I mean, choosing things and inviting people and looking at dresses and like all those things, like psychologically, it did make me think about like one day when I actually do this, like, because I think that had I not had that experience, mine and Makoa's wedding would suffer. Do you know what I mean? Like in the sense that I'd be like, we need everybody there and cameras and document it all. And I need 9 outfit changes and I need my, you know what I mean? Like, every videographer I've ever filmed with there, every makeup artist I've ever had, everything. And now it's like, I couldn't feel more opposite.
Did you feel it was real? Did you kind of feel the emotions when you got like fake married the first time?
I think it like fucks with your head in like a lot of ways. Duh, because you're just going through those actions, especially as a woman. You know what I mean? Like I think maybe I'm sure his perception of all of this is entirely different. Yeah. I'm just saying my perception, like it is interesting. You know what I mean? Like, and just like going through all the motions, like looking back, it's like, okay, did we need to have like a bridesmaids party before with all the people I love?
That's
and
what
like,
I'm saying.
Things like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like going through those motions makes you think. That's like, I'll definitely really delve into that in my book. Like all of the things that I was feeling and thinking and moments, that moment and lots of other moments like that. But I will say that it like taught me what, just logistically. Like, oh, like we don't need, you know, all these things, like just planning wise.
Yours will be like cute because you like, you know, barefoot wedding vibes. I think that'll be so cute for you.
Very much. That's why it's Maui to me in my head. And Makoa's got to get over this non-Hawaii wedding.
That's where you're from. Like, don't run away from your home.
I know.
That's the destination everybody. Maui was the best. That's the only island we've ever been to. I've gone there like 10 times. And I'm like,
the best.
Someone's like, you should try this one or this. I was like, no, it's just Maui. That's all I care about.
I would compromise with him and do another island so he felt something. Okay. You know, but like, I don't know. I love it. You're right. Like barefoot, literally. And like, I could
simple. See it. And you could have one photographer. You could have like Vogue come to your wedding or something. That would be cute.
Want to, I probably would.
You would be so classy too. Now with your new like shadow root and stuff, you're going to look so classy. So good.
That's another thing that I'm really grateful for. I don't know how to explain this. Just like in life, who I was for so long, very much statement pieces, very much insanity. Like I think that in a lot of other eras of life, if I were choosing a wedding dress, I'd be like, we need red, we need cutouts, we need, you know what I mean? I want the wedding dress to have animatronics, right? And now I'm like simple, silk, like I'll be more classic, classy, toned down. Not everything needs to be, because that's really what Makoa made me, if you think about it, like metaphorically, is soft, you know? So.
You have been. You're in your soft girl era. You manifested that, because I know a year or two ago, you were trying to do a Sophia Richie rebrand, and you kind of did that. You got it.
And it was like, put the bottle down then, Tana, right?
No, but
like,
you got it. You're her.
Yeah. Oh, you're so sweet. I love you. You squint really hard. No. But I am just like softer. And it's
we love a soft girl era.
Yeah.
And we're in our soft girl era, but we're about to get hard on our Patreon at Patreon.
Yes, Trisha paid us.
Not Loveline. We've got stories to share. We'll give you the update on the... Well, we can't even talk about it here, but go to Patreon.
We cannot talk about it here, but good God, it is like so ridiculous.
I can't wait to get the updates. Patreon.com/NotLoveline. You guys, I promise the next episode, we're going to answer so many questions. We're going to answer 20 questions the next episode. I promise.
57, actually.
57.
So, and I promise.
Wow, we got to really speed through it. Okay. We love you guys. We'll see you next one.
Thanks for listening to us yap sometimes.
Yeah, thanks for letting us catch up, because we're like, we need to film 7 episodes today.
And for the girlies who enjoy the yap, thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you. That's new merch coming for Canceled.
Yes.
And we have leopard merch coming for here soon.
Please buy it. Seriously, I've got a wedding to fund one day.
2, 3, maybe.
Maybe 3.
Bye.